Hello and welcome to, maybe I should lower this down a little bit more, day 42 of MP Strong 365. This is a come down style activity, so we are going to do just a couple of banded exercises and a couple on our back. So with a band in hand, other end on the frame. I'm trying to let my hair dry because I was in the pool. So we're gonna do a couple of pool undo exercises. So I'm gonna have a seat on my little favorite object in the world. That was a nice plot factor. And I'm gonna get maybe a touch closer to this band. You can do this in a chair. I'm gonna do it just with my heels down and my toes lifted. And I'm gonna center myself on the band. And then I will just drag the band, it's a little bit high, elbows tuck into the sides. So maybe I need like an inch more. It's just not that stretchy a band, and I'm just envisioning it breaking, which is not a big deal because they're not expensive, but you know, would like to get through this set. So the heels are down and the ankles are pulled up into flexion, so your toes should be up facing your face, and you'll start to notice if like either heel sort of drags forward or gets displaced. So you kind of just press down into the floor with your heels, and I'm keeping my thumbs on the edges of the band right now. And again, there are so many ways to do this row. I am focusing on the pull back part, and then the lengthening of the stomach, and the ankles are flexed so the toes are up. So we're going to change it up. That way you get a nice long set. This is great for swimming because it really helps right any of those like gorilla style shoulder muscles that get overtaxed when you're swimming. It helps equalize any asymmetries that come up. It's a really nice, like, active massage for those rotator cuffs. So now I'm going to grip the weights hard. So a full grip and point my toes down. And so my feet are flat on the floor. I'm remaining just enough upright to keep my core long engaged in this exercise, and maybe channeling the biceps a little bit more. So as you release the cord, notice if it shakes or shimmies at all. You want to keep those smooth track lines. And now I'm just going to lower my energy down through my pinkies to get a little bit lower. You've got upper traps, middle traps, lower traps. Ooh, yeah, through the pinky, I felt you've got 5 muscles from top to bottom in between your shoulder blades. So there's plenty of little inch style changes that you can make throughout a long set of rows. And I haven't even done rotation yet. So now I'm going to focus on the back, the going back in part. So I pull and then release slowly, and pull and release slowly, and pull and release slowly, and pull and release slowly for 4, release slow for 3, release slow, pinkies on, release slow. And I'm going to release all the way, lock the elbows, squeeze those elbows to straight, 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 then pull back, release the elbows. I'm going to pull back about halfway, push the elbows to straight. Almost like I'm doing a chest press. Pull, press, pull, press, pull. So it's a squeeze at the end and a nice easy bend. Ooh, that's a nice rhyme. A squeeze at the end and a nice easy bend. And just like that, you have yourself a workout. I don't know why. Is that like sexist that I'm using the play female voice? What is that? You need to do away with that voice. The Squid Games voice. 2 more times. I could do these all day. These are just delicious. 1 more time. All right. So with, actually, I'm going to lighten up my band I can keep this band and just start right into crunches. So I'm not using my arms. I'm simply letting that center line ab fold, unfold, little crunch, little down. The arms stay locked. I'm trying to keep my shoulders back in their sockets. Over time, I just ask myself, where are my shoulders? Am I keeping them a part of my body so my arms are locked in, and I'm really pressurizing this down from my abs? That's how I'm able to kind of keep after it. You can flatten out the palms as well. This is easy transfer over to a gym. Like you'll see people doing crunches on a rope, like, you know, one of those cable cross machines. So you can do crunches like that. I'm trying to make my posture more upright as I come up. Little fold, little up, little fold, little up for 10 and up, 9. Good. Now I'm gonna just boomerang myself up to standing, and then I'm gonna grab a light green band. Oh, actually it says X light, so extra light. So an extra light band, whether that be a resistance band or a TheraBand. This is called TheraBand. So all I'm gonna do here is just let my hand stretch open all the way back behind the head. So I'm just opening up the armpits. This is like went swim. Engage in session with coach, because everybody needs a coach. And you may not be able to tell the difference, but my legs look so symmetrical right now. Like relative, like my kneecaps are probably a 1/4 inch more out than folded in. I don't want to, jinx a good thing going on here. But very exciting. It is so challenging to get out of your head and have your body do things that don't feel like your own body. That's where a coach comes in, because they will take you to a point where you would not even know to go yourself. It's like having a tour guide. Even in your own city, you ever taken like a tour and you're like, I never knew that, because you only know your own map. Everybody has a different perspective, and by everybody in this case, I mean fitness professionals. Test one out, see what they say. So, feeling pretty good about that. So point is, these are the dry clothes that I had left over. One more time. I would say I'm stinky, but I kind of smell like pool, so that's always good. You ever notice 3 hours later you still have water in your ears? We're just gonna take this off to the side. I'm gonna put it into a warrior 2 stance, and I'm just gonna pull light tension on the band as I move side to side, just to open up through that hip. Just light tension on the band, almost like a shoulder stretch, a light hip stretch. Trying to maybe peel pressure into the back knife edge of that back foot. This is like a adulterated warrior. Just an easy rotation. A full expression of this would be like doing a stationary lunge. So less stable because both my feet are facing forward, and then rotating through that. We've been there, done that. A couple more times, easy tension on the band. And go ahead and finish with a stretch over that front leg. Tip your back foot facing forward. Swivel, that's what I meant to say. And just let your body go into sort of a track start style stretch. So try to elongate through the spine, compressing your stomach onto your thigh. If you find you're rounding from the back, put your hands, press them against your shins, or use dumbbells or an object that will give you height away from the floor. Oh yeah, or yoga bricks. That's why they have those things. And I'm just going to take that back knee and cup it into the back of my left knee. So little Shiva, little fold, little closure, and then extend. I'm going to do that again, and then I'm probably going to put it in my hair. Yep. Close into Shiva, and open up. Let's do that one more time. Close into Shiva, and open up. And you can rise up into that high crescent. Great, and we'll pop out and do the other side. So I'm going to set up for my warrior. Warriors, you know, have like long hair. So I'll face this way. Right leg is forward, left leg is back, back knife edge of the left foot. Got to grab my band here just to add a little bit of light tension in the upper body. And I'm going to push my weight into the back knife edge of the back foot. We'll see how I feel tomorrow with all this, you know, ye of most confidence here. Oh, I feel great. Look at me. My whole body's changed in one session. 1 hour. Magical, isn't it? So trying to move the shoulders is one unit. Keep the same amount of tension in the band except for the very end of the outside rotation, perhaps. You can get a little bit of extra shoulder stretch. Let it feel good enough, right? Like stretchy enough. So you feel the muscles around your spine moving. Oh yeah, we just don't rotate enough. We're always moving forwards. That's it. Not even backwards. A couple more times. And you can release that band, go down into your stretch. This is a perfect example of like a way to get height away from the floor. Just add a little object there. It's not such a bad idea with the right hip, so I can get length through the spine. I can try to just kind of shift so you can feel heat in all parts of your hip, not just the bottom, not just the top, not just like a hip pinch on the hip crease. Like you should feel this sort of heat so that if I wanted to drive out of this, I would feel it in that glute coming up to a squeeze. And then even when I'm stretching it, it's still active. It's almost like cocking a bow and arrow. It's all about a mindset, right? So now I'll go into my Shiva here and tuck in, and I'm a little extended over this leg, and back. Tuck it in, Shiva, and back, and tuck it in, Shiva, and back. All right, well, come on out of that. Oh, I didn't come in through my high crescent. Whee! All right, cool. Come on out of that, and we're gonna finish on the floor, on your back with just a couple of lovely bound exercises. I'll keep my other band close. Okay, I think this is good. Okay. So, oh yeah, first one's eagle or just savasana, my favorite pose. So eagle, you're going to wrap your right leg around your left leg and try to swizzle it all the way through the ankle. Then wrap your right arm under your left arm, zoop, and grab onto your hands. Then you're going to tap your toes to the floor and your fingers to the floor. Compression, boundedness, binding, and then squeeze up, elbows tap the knees. Extend and tuck. Think long through the middle, like a rope with a knot on both ends. That's your bind. Stretch and in. Stretch with that bind through the center and in. Squeeze those inner thighs. Press your palms. I'm going to show you something now. If a full wrap is just not in your physical repertoire, you can bind the hands here. So you press your forearms and your palms together without wrapping. You can also bind your legs together here. Or you can maybe like clasp the ankles. You could also just press one foot across the other leg without a full ankle wrap. So there are options for binding. Notice my elbows already snuck away from each other. So just keeping the elbow tips pressed together as well as all parts of the hand below it or the arm below it, that's enough for a bind. And you can do them like this too. Ooh, that's actually like harder in many senses because I don't have my knot at the end, right? I'm not like fully clasped. So go ahead and stretch open from your eagle. I'm going to do a nice butterfly open stretch just to counterbalance that bind. And do a couple of snow angels there. I'm going to kiss my heels together. And do a couple little snow angels with the arms. Again, it's always in my way. Breathe in. Big breath through the back of the lungs. So that's your back, literally. Your lungs are like dropping into the floor, so you want to expand them into the floor. And S breath on the way out. On your next one, breathe in through the back. Lungs are expanding into the floor underneath you. And then fog the windows. On your way down. Last time, breathe in through the back. And out. Groovy. Other side, eagle. All right, so the left foot wraps around the right ankle for a bind. Toes are ideally pointed. The left arm wraps around the right arm. And this one is like way less bindy. So just nestling the shoulder blades into the floor. Notice where your bind is easier to achieve. And we'll begin. Oh my gosh. These arms are hard to do. Okay. And because of that, I'm just going to focus on breathing through the back of my lungs into the floor. Give yourself enough space between reps to get a breath. Give yourself the challenge of compressing elbows all the way to knees. Squeeze those inner thighs. Good. It just gets easier from here. Give yourself your favorite stretch. Yeah, actually, I'm going to flip over and do a quick up dog. So pressing the palms or the forearms against the floor. That would be a sphinx if your forearms stay on the floor. Just imagine the little sphinx the way he looks in Egypt. But I'm going to do a full press up. I'm going to squeeze my glutes slightly. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Open the throat. Relax the legs, but squeeze up lightly on the glutes. You can nestle your body side to side a little bit. Keep trying to drag the shoulders away from the ears. Keep a light squeeze on your glutes. Roll the shoulders down again. Maybe look up. And go and come on down from that. Great. We'll come back over onto our back for a figure 4 tip across. And that's it. Man, I feel a lot better than I thought I would. Okay, so we'll just tap cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Press out on the left knee. That will wing your left hip. So with that, put your arms out like a V, so a couple feet away from your sides, and we'll just tip that whole leg complex across the body until the whole of your left foot plants on the floor. When it does, push out on your left knee again. Your legs stay attached the whole time. If there's any residual neck, head, shoulder tension, try rep over rep to place that pressure into that stretch of the left hip. Nice, easy, open throat breaths. I literally was getting ready to say open throat breaths, and I yawned because I opened my throat. Another way to do this is a hum. Feeling a vibration in the back of your throat. Try to really release the hands, the forearms. Press into that left side hip. And hold this one down on the floor. Feel that nice stretch. Stretch your arms up over your head. Good. Oh yeah. And then we'll bring it up gently back to center. You want to release that leg gently as well. Give it a couple hinges. Maybe roll the foot ankle. Little swizzles. You ever try to write your name with your toes? M. That's a nice little foot ankle exercise. It gives you a purpose to just draw your name. So there you go. Extra credit. You wrote your name. Yay. With your feet. So cross the right ankle over the left knee and put your hands out like that V. Release all that tension. It should already be pretty released. And just observe which side feels like it gets more of a stretch. If you're like, I don't feel a stretch on this, chances are you should probably apply a little bit more pressure to like lock in that ankle onto the top of the leg. Don't let it move. And then apply pressure to the outside of that right leg and feel like actually you're trying to squeeze into the outside of the hip. So it's like an exercise. I rarely will do a passive stretch because the muscles don't learn their lesson from that. You want to contract at least at a time, even if it's just through a very focused breath, some other muscle group, because muscles have strength tension relationships. Unless you really know how to go about it and stuff like that, doing a full release, like, it's almost a fool's errand, because how would you know what released is? You have to, you wouldn't know the stars were in the sky if it weren't black, right? You wouldn't know black was black unless you had white. You don't know what stretched is unless you contract. So we have to explore ranges of motion versus feeling like you're just stretching something. An invitation. So if you think you're going to do like a quad stretch or a shoulder stretch, try working that shoulder first, like wave it around a little bit, contract, or if you're doing that classic shoulder stretch across the body, squeeze your chest muscles when you go. Figure out the muscle that would naturally be shorter, and, easier said than done, but because it varies. But when I'm doing this stretch, I'm actively pressing out on my right knee. So that contraction is going into the outside of the hip. And I'm going to try to relax that ankle a little bit more. And I'm going to hold this last one. It felt good to just hold it there. And stretch your arms up over your head once more. You can feel the shoulder blades come together. Release that leg gently. Hinge from the knee. And take yourself into those little ankle rolls, perhaps. Last thing I'm going to say about it, any of it, is the one that's barking at you is not the problem. My left, say it barks. It's probably doing a job for a long time that it didn't want to be doing. So look to the other side and see where you're so tight there or where your range of motion is so limited there. I'll give you the last litmus test for this, just as a takeaway, take home. Lay down on your back with your feet together, kiss your heels together, and then let your feet fall open. Now look up and see where your feet are. Are they even? If they are not, one hip is doing something different than the other. So every step you take, it's a little bit cattywampus. So over time, asymmetry is just one example. I'm going to try to push that left foot out just a touch. And then I'm going to try to drag that right foot in just a touch. And now I'm going to squeeze up on my right glute and up on the left glute. I'm noticing there's over dominance in this right side, front side. So if there's over dominance in a front side, then something's not happening on the back side. If there's nothing happening on the back end of my step on my right side, then wherever I step forward on the left, it's going to be more than it wants to. ... Days, months, years later, the left knee is pissed. Sorry, but it is. It's angry. Because this whole time, the right side is just like, nah, I'm just not going to go back as far as I need to. So every time I go and land on the left side, it lands harder. So it barks. So all this to say, when you are thinking about the one that's barking, that's usually not, it needs like love and maybe some ice and ibuprofen, but the muscle that needs to get opened is probably on the other side, is stuck somewhere. So a journey into your body map. All right, that's quite enough. We'll see you on the flip side.